It's up long later because yeah, it was.
Hello, everyone.
Hey everyone, hello, hello.
I get to be here
Yes.
again.
uh, yes,
Diamond.
everyone.
See, there's 5 people already. I told you everyone was
Oh
directed this way.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. So apparently, okay, Friday my phone fell and it's not working. So I have not been getting messages as I need to, and especially at school, right? So I don't really have my data to check in. So I just received, well, 5 hours earlier, unaware to me, I received a message that from Apostate Ashley saying she had to cancel for tonight. And I only just saw the message because my phone gone through the headers and I'm using some other phone, which is I don't have any data on. Um, yeah, so but basically, we'll try to rearrange to have her on again to promote. Unfortunately, it seemed to be an emergency she had, and so basically, they are having. I will just give you the basics, and then we can arrange again. So sorry. Right. So basically, the Clergy Project, together with the Center for Inquiry, and they are putting on an event the 20th of January. Okay, it's the 20th of January, and it is called When Religious Leaders Become Atheists. Okay, and it's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Um, Pacific time. I have to check the time again, but I think it's 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Why? Right. So basically, I'm just going to hang out here. We can hang out for a half hour and talk about anything y'all want to talk about. Just give me a second. I am hearing myself echoing. So sorry about that, guys. Ah, good. Found it. So, hi everyone in the chat. Hi, Dean. Hi. Um, right. So, basically, yeah, so they are having that. Let me see. I'm going to pull up the poster. I will pull up the poster. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull the poster up so I can share it so you can see. And you can register for free virtually. So let's see. Virtually, you can. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me get the share screen. Let me just pull up this. Let's play. Come on. Right now, my eyes here. I think I need to get my readers. Good. Got it. Okay, so I'm going to present now. Yep. Present screen share. Present there. Right. Share. Right. So this is the event. I hope everyone can see that. Okay, scrolling down. Religious Leaders Become Atheists. Center for Inquiry or the Clergy Project present. We present you both. Then Religious Leaders Become Atheists, co-sponsored by the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and moderated by ex-pastor Dan Barker. Right, so it's 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. Yes. Okay, on the 20th of January. It's going to be available via Zoom, but if you are in Vancouver, British Columbia, as again a low background noise.
Sorry?
I'm getting a loud background noise on yours. Then you just came on.
Oh.
Like a hissing? It's like hissing?
Okay, I don't know. I haven't touched anything.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
let me
It might be the mic.
about that.
It might be the mic. Right. Yeah, so the panelists are John Lombard, ex-missionary, event host, Lon Ostrand, ex-pastor, TCP president, the Clergy Project president, Mohammed, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Sisi, ex-Muslim, Musin, Shayomo Levin, ex-Jewish rabbi, and Dwayne Grady, ex-pastor. Yeah, so those are the panelists for the event. So that's the 28th of January, Saturday, 28th of January. As I don't know, you might have pronounced some of these names incorrectly.
I can't even see them.
You can't see them on screen?
Not on the screen, no. On this screen, no. Unless I look at a different screen. Not to worry, I will.
Okay. If I do that, if I put it full screen, you should be able to see.
No, you don't worry. I would have to
Okay.
somewhere else. I'll figure it out. Not to worry.
I think. Right.
There we go.
Hi, Steve McRae. Hi, Ariam. Look at the trees. Welcome. I need to just give me a second. I gotta get my readers. The eyes don't accommodate as they used to.
Still can't read them. I still can't see them.
Okay. All right. I am going to scroll in because once I zoom in, you should be able then to see. Is that better?
Yes, that's better.
Right. Good.
So that's
Yeah, so you can't call it John Lombard.
John Lombard, Lon Ostrander,
Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. He's the president of the
Mohammed
Clergy Project.
Mohammed Sisse,
Yeah, ex-Muslim. That's a Musin.
Musin, ex-Muslim Musin.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next one is Shlomo Levin,
Ex-Jewish rabbi.
a Jewish rabbi.
Yeah, ex-Jewish rabbi. Which I think is this guy here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the ex-Muslim is I think this guy here.
Oh wow.
Right, and the Lon Ostran, that is him, and this is John Lombard. Right, and of course Dan Barker.
Oh yes.
He's moderating. Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Go back up. Let's see.
Yeah.
So it's when is it? On January the 28th?
28th, 2023, 2 p.m. PT. PT is Pacific time.
So all these people were ex-pastors, or they're still pastors?
Ex-pastors. Ex-missionary. John Lombard was an ex-missionary.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The person was ex-missionary.
Right. John Lombard. Right. Lon Ostran was an ex-pastor. But there's the ex-Muslim, ex-Jewish rabbi, and then Dwayne Grady is ex-pastor. So it's pastor, Christian, Muslim, ex-Christian, ex-Muslim, ex-Jewish rabbi, and ex-pastor. Right, yeah. So the three major Abrahamic
religions,
yeah.
Can you imagine how many more are still in said religions but are indeed atheists but can't come out?
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a whole lot more people who what? Sorry. What was that?
Just move your mic a little closer to your mouth, because when it's further away, it gives this.
The volume down. I turned the volume down.
No, but I could hear you clearly. But sometimes it was just now it was like cracking, and I think it's because sometimes if the mic too far away, it will do that. So you might have to move it slightly closer to your mouth. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Is that better now?
I'm still getting this. I don't know if the others in the chat are hearing the sound, like if it was going in and out.
Maybe that's.
No, it's clear.
Maybe the mic is trying to tell me to get off the stream and go to bed. Good night. Get off. Bye. You're not wanted.
Oh no, Steve McCray said unplug the mic and plug it back in. That's what he said.
Okay. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, Steve McCray, manager.
Thanks, Steve McCray. Hi, Titan Uranus. Welcome, Dr. Cyrus. Yeah. You just let me. Oh, you have to unmute. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself first. All right. Okay. Yeah. So
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better now?
But I think it went to your laptop mic. Don't worry about.
All right. Let me have a quick look. Wait.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yes.
Yeah. How
is that? Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's better. Oh yes.
Better? Okay, nice.
Yes. Right. Hi, Dr. Cyrus. Yes. Right. So basically, those who just came in, the Center for Inquiry or the Clergy Project, I think that's supposed to be presents When Religious Leaders Become Atheists. And it's co-sponsored by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. And this panel, this event is moderated by the ex-pastor Dan Barker. And those who will have heard Dan Barker's story, he was an ex-Pentecostal pastor. And it's on Saturday, January the 28th. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Okay, not this Saturday that coming, but next week, Saturday, is at 2 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be, if you are in the Vancouver area, you can join them, but you have to, I think, register online to get tickets online. But you can also view via Zoom. Okay? And you will get a free ticket. I already registered, and it's a free ticket via Zoom, and they give, of course, a Zoom ID, right, to join. And this is the panelists. We have John Lombard. That is John Lombard there. He's an ex-missionary. And as from what I was listening, I saw him on another podcast giving his deconversion story. And he was part of his parents. His father, I think, was a reverend, a priest in the Episcopalian Church, but it was one of these evangelical type. Remember, I told you there are Episcopalians that are type evangelical. You're muted, S.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. There's a question in chat. Henry
Yeah.
asks, "Can I post the link here?"
Yes, you should be able to. Let me see if we can.
Phil, can I?
Yes, please.
Can I just say something here, right?
Yes, please.
Is it possible to remove this leaflet here?
Yes, I can remove it.
So it's just me and you on the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. There are some people, right, in the chat right now.
Yeah.
When I was streaming, they didn't show up.
Oh!
The moment they saw that beautiful damsel that you have on your thumbnail.
Oh!
Now they're all here. They're all here. I see them. They were thinking they were going to come here and Apostate Ashley, right? Guess who they have the pleasure of seeing? They thought they had escaped the Afro. We don't want to see her. We would rather go and see you beautiful lady. Look at them. Hey, let me tell you who they are. Let me tell you who they are.
Joe. Okay.
Yeah, he's a good boy today. He's done good today. Henry M is one of them. Titan Uranus is one of them. Look at the trees is a good boy. He was at my chat. Oh, Steve McRae manager. He didn't show up at my chat, but look at him here. Logan Fisher, right? Logan Fisher.
Oh yeah, Logan.
Everyone has stepped up here, Phil. You've got the magic, Phil. You've got the magic.
I see.
Whatever you
Well,
feel,
well, well.
keep on doing it.
Steve McChrist says it sounds like the agnostic crickets are doing well. Oh, that's because the yeah, they are open. They were coming to visit too.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, for those who don't know, well, apparently, Apostate Ashley had an emergency, so I was unable to come, and I only saw the message late because my phone Friday it fell and it's not working, so I'm using someone else's phone.
No, Phil.
And
No.
and this using my wife's phone, and it's
Oh, using your wife's phone.
yeah, the old phone, and it's not the best of phones, so I'm not getting messages as I should.
Nobody can
Yeah.
use my phone. No.
Yeah, no, trust me, this one, this one,
Nobody.
even
Nobody
she
can
doesn't
use.
really like this
Nobody
phone.
can use my phone because nobody can know what I'm getting up to in my phone.
Ah,
No, I'm
well,
sure.
certain things are not kept on here. They were removed. So
And Phil, don't go looking, don't go searching. Just
no. I don't search. I
right.
don't search. No. No. I'm not one of those guys who go searching
What?
people's phones and search. So,
Phil, look at
ah,
this here. Phil, look
huh?
at this here.
Yeah. Oh,
See
Jerome.
there?
Yeah.
No, Ashley, I need to go. Wait, he's ditching me. Oh my goodness. You know what?
Wow.
I tell you what
Wow.
I'm going to do, Phil.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I will bleach my skin.
Ooh.
I'll get a
And
long.
put on your wig? Yeah, the
No.
long.
I need to get a blonde one.
Oh, yeah.
Then I need to hit the gym. Right? Hit the gym so I can look like Apostate Ashley.
Actually.
So that I can have all the my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. Hey. So I can have all the boys coming to my yard. Hey.
Oh my gosh. What was that Henry saying about the way Oprah introduced atheists? How people were shocked about atheists? How
Oh.
did she? Yeah.
Was there something about how she introduced atheists? I'm interested. What's that about?
Yeah, it was about how
Oh,
it was to be an
curiosity.
atheist in 1984.
Curiosity kills the cat. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
Might be something on Google.
Oh, Henry M says, I just wanted to share the YouTube of Dan Barker on Oprah show in 1984. Yeah,
You
he
will have
was on Oprah
to.
show and Laurie, his wife at that time.
Oh, what Dan Barker?
With and Laurie. They should be there in YouTube. It's there, right?
It is there. It's 43
Ah,
minutes long.
yeah, the young Dan Barker.
Wait, was he an atheist at this time?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Just I
What?
think turned atheist. Yeah, he has been atheist for a long time, but he had just I think at that
Oh,
time to become the converted close to that time.
I need to go and watch it then.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
Phil,
It's interesting.
have you seen it, Phil?
Mm-hmm. I have seen. I think part of it. I
Okay.
came across it. Yeah,
I've never watched
very
it.
interesting. Yeah,
Oh
it's a good
wow.
watch. Trust me, it's a really good watch.
How people were shocked about atheists. Mm-mm. And Henry,
That
Henry,
was back in
there's still
1984.
no, Phil. Yes, it was back
Mm-hmm.
in 1984 in the
84
US.
in the
There are
US.
still parts of the world where an atheist is like, what? What?
Yeah.
They're still
Mm-hmm.
shocked that there are people
They're still
who,
shocked.
yeah. I mean,
And
I
not
was
in some
told
African countries too.
I was told by someone just about a few weeks ago now that you cannot be an African and be an atheist. It's impossible. That
Wow.
the God belief is intrinsic to the African mind. African, I think that's how they put it. That
Mm-hmm.
it's like being African and having a God belief, um, 5 and 6 kind of thing.
Uh,
So
uh, uh, yeah. And no, say that. Remember, I have been getting a lot of. I have to say, I've been getting a lot of Facebook requests
you
from
Phil, can you,
Africans.
can you add Henry um
Yeah.
as a moderator so you can post the link?
Yeah. Didn't I
Yes, if you
add
don't
him
mind. I don't want to tell you what to do on your
I no
channel.
no no no
Sorry.
no 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 S that's
Yeah,
okay S
look
that's
at me
not
trying to dictate I
no
sorry.
S you're not dictating anything. You know how we operate. That's not a problem.
Okay. Okay.
Um wait, let me just
Trying to
pull
tell
up
the man trying to
testament.
tell the man what to do.
I thought I did. No, I thought I did. From some comments that were because before how I add persons was by but how do you do that? The people that I added as moderators, I did it through the comments. But how do you do it otherwise?
I usually do it on my phone.
Oh, on your phone?
Hmm.
In the studio? The studio.
So just go in your channel, right? No, on the YouTube, go in your channel, click on the video,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh,
click on the person,
okay,
they
okay.
give
All
you
right, wait, let me
options what you
see.
want to do.
Ah, oh,
Add moderator,
okay. All right, let's
or
see.
you want to remove them all together, just cancel them. Just cancel all of them. I can tell you a few people you can cancel. I
Steve
see
McCray.
Dr. Cyrus can cancel
Ah.
Gearwalk, you can cancel Titan his anus. Not my anus, but his Titan, your anus.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. So Jerwalk, Titan, and Henry M. Y'all are just be made moderators.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody gets a mod
And
badge.
yeah, everybody gets a mod.
Hey,
Yeah.
nice.
Famous persons that are always here. Yeah. I'm making
So
sure. Okay. Yeah.
Titan says I DM'd the link to the operation. Oh, on Discord. Okay, on Discord. Okay. No,
Oh,
when I first read that, it looked like
right.
you had DM'd the opera show about something. That's what it's when I first read it. Well, when I reread it, no, I got the idea. I thought maybe you had sent them something, the opera show.
Oh.
I
Oh.
need to watch that. Ah, the link is there now.
Oh. Is in Discord? Or you mean he posted the link there?
The link is now in the chat. Yes.
Uh, you're welcome, Logan. Ah, nice. Ah, let's see. And
Look at
this
the tree.
is
Says yay, ranch party.
this is done by the Freedom from Religion Foundation posted that in there. Okay. It was aired 19. It was the day that Barker met Anne and
Wow.
Annie Laurie Gaylor. Oh,
Mm.
it was also the first time Dan spoke publicly about his atheism.
Oh, wow.
He had just sent out his letter of deconversion in January of that same year. And this was early fall of 1984. Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if it will be a copyright issue if you show clips from their from that.
No, Phil,
Because
you should be all right.
okay, yeah.
Your channel isn't monetized, so you should be
So
all
it's
right.
okay. All right. So
If
let me just give a little pre thing that people can
okay,
see.
I would love to see a bit of
Promoting
it
one of
before
the
I go to bed.
definitely. Yes. And right, good. All right, let me present quickly. Present screen. Present video.
Oh gosh, not
Video. Share
Gaywalk
screen.
trying to kick. I can now kick out that. Gaywalk is trying to kick out Gaywalk.
Wow.
He's
How
trying to
does he get that done?
cancel
How
himself.
will he get that done? Cancel
I don't
himself.
know.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know.
All right, let's see if we can. Oh, sorry.
Gosh, this isn't
Hello, I'm Oprah Winfrey. If you have a drinking problem, most people call Alcoholics Anonymous. But where do you go if you're trying to kick a religion habit? Well, I'm not talking about just cults, but the
religion habit?
churches. Catholics, Baptists, Methodists. My two guests this morning are a mother and daughter team who just opened a telephone hotline for anyone who's trying to kick religion, any religion, out of their lives. Later in the show, you will meet a former ordained minister and a former Catholic who did just that. But first, I want you to welcome my two guests. Maybe some of you don't want to welcome them, but welcome them anyway. My two guests from the Freedom from Religion Foundation and Christians Anonymous Hotline, Ann Gaylor and Annie Laurie Gaylor. They're in Chicago. You know, I'm sure that, of course, I love controversy. That's why we invited you back. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who would disagree with the idea of kicking religion out of your life. Why do you need a hotline for it?
Because a lot of people are trying to kick religion, and because religion is kind of an addiction. It's kind of a sickness with some people, and they need some place to turn. If you go to the standard public library, there's very little you can read about in the library, and we get a lot of calls from former members who want information, and so we open this to the public in general.
Do you really, we've had this conversation somewhat before, do you really see it as a sickness, or do you just not see it as some people taking this as an option in their lives? I want to be religious, I can be religious if I want to. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a disease.
This is not.
We do see it as a, because
Why do they want to pitch it necessarily as a choice? It's either convinced or you're not convinced, you know? Anyway.
Let me give you an example of somebody who needed our service. She grew up in Pittsburgh in a Catholic home. She went to parochial grade school, parochial high school. Everybody she knew was Catholic, all her relatives. And then she went away to college, and she had this faith versus reason kind of thing you get into, and reason won. And she had no place to turn. When she went home, her father wouldn't talk to her. When she married, her mother said, you can expect your baby to be born deformed and retarded because you broke away from the one true church. So she couldn't eat, she couldn't sleep, she felt terrible. She had no place to turn to. So that's what Christians Anonymous is for.
So you see yourself as providing a service?
A support service for people who have rejected religion.
You know what we call that? No, the term is religious trauma syndrome. You're muted, us.
I wasn't trying to say anything. I was busy punching.
Okay. I thought you said something. But it's religious trauma syndrome. That's what is coined as now. Religious trauma syndrome.
That's right.
So you're taking atheism one step further.
Well, we're holding out a helping hand.
So are you atheist, are you?
yes,
You are atheist.
I'm an atheist.
the organization Freedom from Religion Foundation is kind of an umbrella organization. We call the members mostly free thinkers. They may call themselves atheists or agnostics or non-deists.
You know, I believe atheists have a right to be atheists and agnostic. Everybody has a right to be whatever they want to do as long as they don't interfere with other people's rights or beliefs. But if you're
She should have said that for the Christians. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is this is she should have said everybody have the right to their religious or non-religious view as long as da da da. But you realize she said she's focusing, she's saying, oh, everybody has the right to be atheist or agnostic, well, as long as they don't interfere with somebody's religion. That is so one-sided. That is one-sided.
Atheists, I never understood, and I think I maybe asked you this before. If you don't believe in God or a greater power or a power greater than yourself, so what do you believe? Like, how did you get here? And
well, my life is free from religion. It's not a negative thing, it's a positive thing.
it is positive in what way? Tell me.
Because I don't believe in any supernatural deity, particularly a male supernatural deity that is authoritarian and telling us what to do, and if you don't do what he says, you go to hell, for example. That's a very negative, thought-controlling kind
Might
of
you believe in a female
policy.
one, though?
Well, I don't. There certainly is a goddess movement afloat, but I think it's more feminism than it is religion. But it doesn't appeal to me.
No.
So you believe that you have total control over your life, and
Yeah, yeah.
No, Henry M says, "Now, Oprah is now an atheist." I don't think so. I think she's
No, I don't think so. She's still got
has some kind of belief.
belief, yeah, a spiritual sort of belief,
Gosh, I do
as
not
far as
like.
I know.
I don't like her
Using
tone.
spiritual.
I don't like her tone here, talking
No.
to these atheists. But I'm looking at this now and thinking, years ago, I probably would have done the same.
Same thing, yeah.
Probably would have, be very condescending to people
Mm-hmm.
who didn't
Yeah,
have
that was
a God belief. Just I mean, take a look. Just what she said. Oh, as long as you're not trying to, no, it's you lot that do that.
It's you know, yeah. Even back then, it was worse because this is during the time of the Satanic Panic.
Why? What year was this, Phil?
In 1984. And that time, I know because I was part of that Satanic Panic thinking.
Right. She also
This is during the Satanic Panic.
Hey, Mark Reed.
Huh? Mark Reed, hi, welcome. Mark Reed was on your channel?
No, he hasn't been on my channel yet. But Mark Reed, your last live stream, I woke up in the middle of the night and couldn't get back to sleep. So I was busy looking on YouTube. So I was on Mark Reed's channel, but I couldn't comment. But just listening. He was going through some. I don't know what you were reviewing, but you was reviewing something, right? But I was just listening, half asleep, half awake, but just not commenting. So sometimes I'm just saying to Mark Reed, so he knows. Sometimes I'm in the bushes. Oh no, in the clouds.
Don't say the bushes because then now you're talking about who. That man.
Oh, him. That comes in the
yeah. They're always swimming in the bushes, So no. Right. So it's not the bushes.
No.
Under the covers.
Okay. And his wife came in the chat as well. She was coming like, "Oh, I love you very much, hubby," with her little heart emoji, supporting Mark Reed, supporting him. That's so nice.
Wow. Oh my gosh. But I love how Annie responded to our opera. And let's
I think I maybe asked you this before. If you don't believe in God or a greater power or a power greater than yourself, so what do you believe? Like, how did you get here? And
Well, my life is free from religion. It's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing.
it is positive in what way? Tell me.
Because I don't believe in any supernatural deity, particularly a male supernatural deity that is authoritarian and telling us what to do. And if you don't do
Definitely, yeah.
what he says, you go to hell, for example. That's a very negative, thought-controlling kind
Might
of
you believe in a female one, though?
Well, I don't. There certainly is a goddess movement afloat, but I think it's more feminism than it is religion. But it doesn't appeal to me.
So you believe that you have total control over your life, and you're responsible for what happens to you, and there is nothing else.
Well, of course people don't have total control of their life. I believe there's no supernatural control over my life.
It's the same for you, Mom?
Yeah, I would agree.
You do. So in starting this hotline for people, do people call up and say, gee, I've been Catholic, or I've been a Baptist, or I've been Presbyterian for years, help me?
Well, they call because they're interested in our organization or in getting literature, mostly. We give a lot of book referral.
Why not just stop being Baptist or Catholic or
Well,
Presbyterian?
because many of them have been acculturated in religion for so long that they're not quite sure what the next step is. Once they've rejected it, they feel a little lost.
What is the next step? Then what do you do? What do you tell them?
Well, I think that most people who reject religion want something to read. One of our members thinks she's the only atheist in Wyoming, and I don't think she is. But you see, they get that feeling if they live in a Baptist community.
But that still happens today, because even when I became an atheist, converted, I was looking for the atheist community here in Barbados, and it was like really difficult. But then was thinking maybe there are not that many until I realized there are a lot more. And I got in contact, or someone told me about. Right, so that still happens, especially in an area that's highly religious. You tend to think that am I the only one? And just probably one of the very, very few. Yeah.
For example, there's just no place to plug
Well, I
in.
tell you, I've been to Wyoming. It's hard to deny God or supernatural power being in
Right,
Wyoming. I
let's
mean, you look at the
see
sky
if
and the
they
mountains.
come
It's kind of hard to kind of
forward.
say.
Well, I'm not sure that people don't get nature mixed up with supernatural things.
Okay.
Nature and everything around you is very tangible and very concrete. I don't think that is any proof at all for the existence of supernatural.
How do you propose it got here?
Oh gosh, look at the trees. Look at the trees. Oh my gosh, design. That's what she's. How do you think we got here?
No, just
the
trees. Therefore,
Therefore, just the other day, I had some conversation. Somebody asked to be on a friend request in Facebook, and it started a conversation. And I asked him, so you're Christian? Well, are you religious? Like, yes. And so I said, no, I'm atheist. There's no evidence. And I said, present your best evidence. And of course, they said, look at the trees. that general idea, No, they asked specifically, they said, so who created you? Of course, my response is, it was my mom and father, and I went down the biological line, sperm, egg, the DNA coming together to form me. But it was the usual.
Front row, amen corner, you will have your chance. But
I got here the same way everyone else got here. I think it has more to do with women going through labor than it has anything to do with the male God.
That calls for?
yes.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, there's so many people who want to get involved in this conversation. I'm going to give you an opportunity to. Perhaps maybe there are some of you listening. We want you, the AM viewer, to join our discussion this morning. If you're thinking about rejecting religion in your life right now, or if you have a healthy opposition to this new hotline.
Wow, they've had a call-in number.
591-9000, and tell us what you think of this conversation. Sure to be interesting here on AM Chicago. 591-9000. We'll be back to take your phone calls and to talk to our audience members in just a moment on AM Chicago. Back to
Fast forward.
a minister of 17 years who gave up his religion, Dan Parker, and a 30-year devout Catholic who lost faith in her faith, Rita Bell. Dan and Rita, welcome to AM Chicago. That's right.
Such a young
So
Dan.
we have young Dan. Yeah. So we have a evangelical, quote unquote, right, Protestant, and you have the Catholic. So,
Tell me your story, Dan.
Ex-Catholic.
The ex-reverend, right? The ex-reverend.
The ex-reverend.
Yes.
I was one of those guys that would walk up to you on the street and tell you about Jesus Christ and would convince you to say the sinner's prayer, would convince you that you were a sinner deserving of damnation, tell you about Jesus' love, read the Bible to you, and pray with people like yourself, with many people. I was an evangelist, and I loved the gospel, the calling of the ministry, and I've changed my mind.
What made you change your mind, Dan?
I could give a little bit of levity. In 30 years of going to church and being a preacher, I never got to sleep in on Sunday mornings.
Is that the reason?
No.
Well, Dan, for goodness sake, sleeping on Saturday. But what is the real reason? What, you woke up one morning and you said what?
No, for me, it was a 5-year struggle. I was always in love with reason and intelligence and truth. I thought Christianity had the truth. I really believed it. I dedicated
When did
my
you
life
become a
to it.
Christian? When you were a little boy?
I was raised in the church,
Yes.
but at the age of 15, I dedicated my life to Jesus Christ. I accepted the calling of God in my life to be a minister, to be an evangelist. And at that age, I went out and started sharing. I went to Mexico, the mountains and the jungles of Mexico, to share my faith for years. Traveled the U.S., standing in parks and street corners and telling people about Jesus' love. A 15-year-old evangelist, 16, 17, through all
No, I
this
did in the
stuff.
3rd grade. I understand.
And I haven't really changed. I'm still searching for intelligence and reason and values, and I still love truth. I'm still the same person, the same minister who wants to know what is real and what is true. And I've decided that the evidences for Christianity are not solid evidences. The Bible is an unreliable document, and it is a very uninspiring document, and my heart cannot accept what my mind rejects after serious study.
And so you have decided what? There is no God?
Well, I am an atheist now, yes. I do not personally hold a belief in God, which is a definition.
You went from
of atheism.
17 years of being a minister to not believing in God.
That's right.
What does that say about you?
That means I was wrong. I made a mistake. I had a psychological delusion that my culture and my family were presenting to me as truth, which I wholeheartedly accepted.
And what has now made you come to the conclusion that there is no God?
To be an atheist doesn't mean a person concludes there's no God. It means a person has no faith in God. There's no evidence, there's no substantiation for me to say I have a faith in God. There may in fact be a God, but he's doing a good job of hiding himself. If he's there, I would accept him.
And you say, well, all of those 17 years that you were telling people on the streets and you were such a devout evangelist, you had reason to believe there was a God. What was the reason that you used then?
The reason was my own personal psychological feeling that I was in touch with a higher mind. I prayed every day. I saw supposed answers to prayer. I once laid hands on a person and said, in the name of Jesus, you are healed. That person regained his lost voice. I had all sorts of evidences.
So how do you explain that person regaining his lost voice?
Well, I can't explain it. I'm no physician. I'm no scientist. There are many unexplainable things that I don't believe we should just give to God by default out of ignorance.
Okay.
There are other plausible explanations for the supposed evidences for Christianity.
So do you think that you had the power to lay on of hands?
I thought I did at the time. I now know that I did not, but I did think I did.
Very interesting. Rita, what's your story?
Oh, it's a long story. I was raised in the English Catholic Church, which I think is very different to the American one. Oh, and I was about as devout as you could possibly be for over 30 years.
Where is this
And
lady
in fact, I even
Bell?
converted my
Where's
first
Rita
husband.
Bell? Where's Rita
Yeah.
Bell? Where did she go?
I don't know.
We know where Dan Barker is. We
It
know
is,
where, Matt Laurie?
Matt Laurie, yeah.
Yeah, no, Laurie.
Laurie Ann Gaylor.
Yes, we know where she is. But where did she go?
It's Rita Bell.
Mm.
I wonder. Let's see.
It's okay, no feel.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Let me drill
No.
inside. I'm going to.
Right.
I'm going to have to
Yeah.
go in a minute.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get my beauty sleep.
Yeah,
I've got to
yeah.
go
To Catholicism.
in
Yeah.
6 hours.
Oh,
My second one I converted to feminism, and I think he's better. I didn't
let's
really,
see.
well, I didn't question it. That's the whole point. I think the whole religion has over, especially females in Catholic schools. You don't question anything. You blindly believe everything they teach you.
So when did you start to question?
Let's see.
I'm sure that you questioned all along. I mean, I was growing
No, I
up in the
didn't.
church too, and you
I
questioned.
had blind faith, like all of my friends at school. We all had blind faith, and you didn't question. You were taught from the day you set foot in the school. You don't think of yourself. You believe what we tell you, and that was it. Well, when
Thank
my
you.
first marriage
Okay,
started to get into
everyone.
trouble,
Yeah.
I had all of myself.
Night.
Okay, night. Yes. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for your help. Thank you.
I'll be listening. I'm going to be demoted
Yes.
to the chat.
Oh. And under the covers, but not in the bush.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Bye.
Phil.
Bye. Bye.
Takes not using any common sense to follow things I should have done. I ended up in the divorce courts anyway, and then I was all the while thinking, I can't have a divorce, I'm a Catholic. You know, my upbringing kept saying, you can't do this, you can't do this. So instead of dealing with what happened, I ended up in the divorce courts anyway. So, well, how can you stay practicing Catholic when you've had a divorce? It's really not possible. So I didn't have any big battle or anything with them. I just drifted away, and then I started to think about things. And then I started questioning things that I'd just taken for granted, never thought about before. I just started to think for myself.
What did you think? What are the things that you started to think that you hadn't thought before?
Well, I remembered all the years when I'd followed the things that the Catholic Church had drummed into us, that we were the only true faith, and you shouldn't go in another church because they don't have the true faith. When I was a kid, I didn't go to weddings and things in non-Catholic churches because I believed I shouldn't go. Yeah, and then I was horrified years later when I thought about that.
Do you think that you really are providing a service to people by, quote, helping them kick their religious habit? Do you not feel that for some people there is really a need for religion in their lives? For some people, if there were not the Ten Commandments, they would know how to behave.
Well, but and look at the Ten Commandments. There are 3 different versions of them, but in all of them, the first 4 commandments have nothing to do with morality or how you behave. They all have to do with what will happen if you don't worship the particular deity of the Old and New Testaments. And they're very inadequate. They're morally inadequate. They're phrased in a negative way. They don't, instead of saying thou shalt not commit incest or thou shalt not commit rape, they say thou shalt not commit adultery. I mean, one is a crime, the other is really should not be.
Okay, well, answer the question.
Oh, yeah. Right, Laurie? Oh, yeah.
This question, Annie. Do you not think that there is a need for religion for some people in their lives?
Well, if there is...
Maybe it is not for you, maybe it's not for Dan or Rita or Annie Laurie, but perhaps maybe for some people there is a need. And how have you the right to tell them no, you don't?
The Christians Anonymous Service and the Freedom from Religion Foundation don't go around to the doors of churches leafleting people and saying, how can you be so dumb as to go to church? We're only there for people who have broken away or are in the process of breaking away. If someone's happy in their religion, then we pose no threat to anybody.
But you are on television saying this is not the way, folks, let me tell you.
Well,
So wait. Whoa. She needs to tell that to the televangelists and so, because they are telling people this is the way, so why can't we tell them this is not the way? That is condescending. Oh, wow.
Television family. Are you not? This is not to put you on the spot, but are you not?
They're saying this is our way, and we don't need religion.
We were invited. And
That is true, that is true.
Plurality, and we do have separation of state and church in this country. It's very important that minority views, particularly those that aren't religious, should be heard in this country as well. They shouldn't be stifled.
And that's why we let you say them.
Yes, thank you.
We'll be back in just a moment to take your phone calls. Getting interesting, 591-9000. We'll be back to talk to you all in just a moment on AM Chicago. Back in a moment.
To me, I don't. To me, I.
Stand up here. Get up. I want to hear what you have to say here. Obviously, you have some comments to make. Yeah.
My biggest question is, why do you find religion unreasonable? To me, I don't see any basis in reason for your beliefs being more sound than belief in religion. I don't see any basis for what you're talking about.
Right.
Sorry. All right, let's see her.
For example, Christianity can't decide itself what is true. There are more than 250 denominations, and you can't agree amongst yourself what is true. I mean, obviously, there's a great deal of discord in religion.
Of questioning, yes. Of questioning.
Woo! Yeah, correct. Yeah.
You see, questioning is a part of religion. If you take questioning out of religion, then you don't have a religion based on any kind of maturity.
No.
Well, that's not the Catholic Church's
Oh, yes, it is. Very
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
But
No, it's
We have been. Go back to your sources. Go back to your documents of your church. Go back to your bishops.
Go back to the Bible.
Go back
There's
to the
your
Bible.
unreasonableness. Have you read the Bible?
Yes, I have.
Cover to cover?
I have read the Bible.
It's pretty brutal.
And if you read it in the context of the history of the time, take the tenets, say in the Old Testament, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Excellent point. Excellent.
Okay? During that context down there, at that time period, if someone did something wrong, they would go and completely slaughter an opposing party.
That's right.
Instead, they said, no, do it by justice now. Okay.
That's not in the
eye for
Bible.
an eye, tooth for tooth.
No, that's
And
our criminal
equal-
justice system that said that.
And it's a distributive justice.
An eye for an eye is in the Bible.
Amen. I give honor to God because he's worthy. And I thank God for being here, and I'm saved and I'm sanctified. And God is real in my life. And Jesus said that believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me. And if you don't believe nothing else, believe me for the works.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Now she goes off on the preaching rant, which they still do. Imagine this is 1984. They still do that up to this day because they have no good answer. The same answer that just says nothing. Just says nothing. A bunch of deeper D's sounds deep, but even that doesn't really sound deep. Yeah, but it's just fluff, saying nothing. Wow, nothing. Gosh, my goodness.
Is the trees, the birds, the bees, the flowers.
Oh, look at the trees. The birds, oh gosh, the bees. Oh my goodness. Peeps, y'all see that basically the answers have not changed. Still the same lame ass answers, the same lame ass quote unquote evidence they give for their God. They have no good reason. Nothing. This is really sad. And then and the thing is, atheists get attacked when they have to speak out against and speak out against the atrocities that goes on through religion, or the bad teachings, right, which cause serious mental trauma. Because I have to point out to what was seemingly might have been a progressive Muslim that he's talking about physical harm, and he's not about physical harm and so on. But I had to point out it's not just the physical harm, it's the mental harm that religion poses, the mental trauma it causes. Sometimes even worse than the physical, and scar people for life, and make it really hard, especially when we come out of religion, to be dealing with a whole set of psychological bullshit that the religion caused. All right.
That's what the brother was talking about. It's in the Bible. I haven't read it from cover to cover, but God's word is right.
If you carry it around with you, you should know what you're doing.
I plan to if Jesus don't return soon. And I would like to ask you all a question. Go ahead. What if it's true after all? All right.
Well, the Bible says that when the second coming arrives, the whole world ends. I should hope you wouldn't think it's true.
Okay, you want to say what? Hi.
The question I want to ask you is, if you don't believe in the supernatural God and you don't believe in Jesus Christ, then what do you base your decisions on, right or wrong in your life? Or saying I don't believe
the question of morality now. Oh, still the same. Again, still that same question. Oh my gosh. 1984 was this year. This is 2023, almost. How many years later? 60? No, sorry, this is 1984. This is 2023. This is about 40, almost 40 years later, and still the same bullshit. Yeah, and Pascal's wager, let's see.
do what you want
Not
to
at
do.
all.
With nothing to guide you.
Christianity is not synonymous with morality. One of the most religious presidents we ever had was Richard Nixon. And his vice president was probably one of the most religious vice presidents we have ever had, Spiro Agnew. Retired in disgrace.
Can I comment on
yes, go ahead,
morality? There can be an objective scientific basis for morality outside of the supernatural, outside of religion, based on the value of human life, based on the fact that life is preferable to non-life, making a hierarchy of value systems which has nothing to do with receiving an edict written in stone from a god. I am free with a rational mind to determine a hierarchy of values which suits me fine and which helps me to protect myself from what I perceive to be evil.
Do you feel you're better off now that you've rejected religion in your life?
Well, I'm in control of my own mind now. I'm not receiving orders from some mind that I don't even know what...
Who was in control of it before?
I don't really know.
You don't know?
I suppose...
Somebody.
Okay.
No, I was basically...
No.
I was living a delusion.
But don't you believe that it's sad? Do you believe, I think that it's sad that you believe
Believe.
that you're born and then you die and that's it, nothing else.
It is not just belief. That's the only evidence that we have. Why do they try to conflate it with their belief? You know, it's sort of like an inferiority complex where you trying to pull down the other person. They're trying to pull down the other person to their level because they're feeling that inferior. So you have to make it look as if, oh, you're doing the same thing that I am doing. You have a belief just like me. You're believing in faith just like me. Bullshit.
It's the right to believe that.
But, you know,
Why is that
give
sad?
up.
But why is that sad?
Why is that sad?
Why is
One
that
person
sad?
talking at a time. One person talking at a
Why
time.
it's sad.
Okay, why is it sad?
Because you gotta leave here. You sure can't stay here. And where are you gonna spend eternity?
You don't.
Well, you don't spend eternity.
Yeah, I want
Wait, so you have to leave here? The evidence is that when you die, you die. There's no evidence of afterlife. That is so begging the question, so circular.
I want to know.
Stand up, please. Stand up. No problem.
I want to know. 17 years you were a minister, you were?
That's right.
And you said you healed someone.
I didn't heal anybody.
What did you
No,
say?
he
You laid
didn't
hands
say
on
that.
someone and then what?
He didn't say he healed. You see, oh gosh, this just gets to me when Christians come and lie. He never said he healed someone. He said he thought he healed someone. It was in his mind, and probably for the person, it was probably a placebo effect, because the placebo effect can be really strong in certain cases, right? Yeah, smart read. I think so too. They are partly trying to quell their own doubts. And Titan, you're right. Morality is based on empathy. Okay, a genetic characteristic, the potential for which is conserved by selection because cooperative species survive better. Oh yeah, that is so correct. Titan, you are on the ball. Yep.
Laid hands on a person who has lost his voice and needed to sing. And I said, in the name of Jesus, you are healed.
Now
He
you
said,
use.
praise God.
Okay, excuse me. You used the powerful
Handy.
method, though you don't even know, and you gave it up. Now you could lay hands on someone now, and I guarantee you could not do it because you don't have the power of God anymore. So how could you say that it's not real?
You can't guarantee. You can't guarantee that. No. I know I've heard of an atheist who said they went and sang a gospel song. And the people said, oh, that was the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit? But the person's an atheist. And they got touched and felt this feeling as if it was the Holy Spirit. When the person sang. Ha ha ha. Sure. You guarantee? What guarantee is that? What evidence?
Other explanations for what happened. The power of suggestion. First of all, the power of suggestion is one. People have been known through psychological motivation to do amazing things. People are psychosomatically healed. People outside of religion do amazing. How do you explain walking on hot coals? How do you explain a lot of these?
No.
But they're not claiming faith in your God. They're just claiming some kind of a mind control that we don't understand.
Yes, I want to thank that there's someone out there like you, because many horrible atrocities have been committed under the guise of religion, such as people being killed, children not being given hospital care, saying that, oh, we can heal our people, and the kids die.
Okay, and you want to say what?
What I'd like to say is religion, when the Bible was written, a lot of it was in parables, and who is to say whether
You know, to understand religion like God is within your own mind, like a God within each person. And it isn't as simplistic as like a white male statue. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong, but I feel that they probably shouldn't be pushing their beliefs on everyone. Everyone has the right to believe what they believe.
Let's see what you have to say. Caller? Hello, caller.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. What do you have to say?
I was born and raised a Catholic, and by very good people that loved me very much. Well, these people, my parents passed away under no specific illnesses when I was just a kid, and this was an abomination to me, and I prayed and prayed and prayed, and there was no one listening. They say God works in mysterious ways. Well, this was no mystery. But I was afraid to admit to myself that I didn't believe in God because I've always feared the wrath of God that was put inside of me. There's good in religion, but only for those who can deal with it in a way where they're just not so involved that they believe so much on God that they can't believe on themselves, because that's what really counts, is believing in yourself and this earth that is our host and our living planet.
So you're saying you lost your parents and you stopped believing in God after that?
Pardon me?
Are you saying that you lost your parents, pardon me, you lost your parents, and as a result of praying to God, not understanding how it happened or why it happened, you lost your faith in God? Is that what you're saying?
Things and all that goes with growing up without parents.
Okay. Want to comment on that?
Well, my mother has a saying, nothing fails like prayer, unfortunately.
Yep.
There are a lot of people who take issue with that. Nothing fails like prayer, you say. We'll be back to talk about that in just a moment on the Chicago.
Oh, wow. Yep, nothing feels like prayer. We know, even up to now, and scientific studies into prayer shows, yeah, we have the evidence, we have results, we have data to show that nothing feels like prayer. And a lot of what they try to attribute as being answers to prayer and positive answers to prayer is coincidence, because, and those in the chat who were Christians, you know, this is what we used to do. We used to ignore the misses. We record the hits, but ignore the misses. So whenever something did happen, we say, oh yeah, God, yeah, praise God, God is so good. But when it does not happen, when the prayer is not answered, it gets pushed in the background and you forget about that. So basically, it seems as if the answers, when people highlight the answers, what they think is the answer to the prayer, the positive answers that God answered the prayer, yes, okay, and more people keep repeating it. It seems as if, oh, we have this bundle of evidence that God answers prayer. But then in comparison with the non-answers, quote unquote, non-answered prayers, right? It is no different. The statistics no different to chance happenings. But this is how Christianity works. This is how religion works, to keep people in a bind, to keep them from seeing things, to seeing that, no, this religion is bullshit. It's part of the psychology of religion to keep people in slavery, mental slavery. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thanks, Mark. Yes, it's a sharpshooter fallacy. Thank you. Correct. Yep. Hi, Maya. Hi, Avi. Welcome. For those who came in late, apparently, Apostate Ashley could not be here at the last minute, right? Emergency, yeah. So, and plus two, I saw she sent me an email, but I did not see it because, and I don't get certain messages because my phone got damaged Friday. So I have not been, it's like I am a fish out of water. and I've been using another phone which is not mine, so it's not really. My other phone was configured right a certain way that I could see stuff early enough, see notifications and so on. And I only got this morning to use, so it's someone else's phone and it's not the best. It's not the best, so I apologize. But basically, we were promoting an event by the Freedom from Religion Foundation. Let me just bring it back up on the screen. Stop screen. Yeah, sure. This one. Window. This. Sure. Right. This here. Center for Inquiry Canada and the Clergy Project presents When Religious Leaders Become Atheists. That's co-sponsored by the Freedom from Religion Foundation, also, and moderated by ex-pastor Dan Barker of the Freedom from Religion Foundation. I think he's the president, if I remember correctly, yeah, or still is. Okay. It's on Saturday, January 28th, 2023, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific time. If you're in the Vancouver area, you can go there physically, but online you have to register. Well, both for the Zoom and the online, you have to register, but the online, you get a free ticket for the Zoom. I cannot remember how much it is. The tickets are if you want to go physically. And these are the panelists: John Lombard, ex-missionary; Lon Ostrand, ex-pastor. He's the Clergy Project president; Mohammed Sissi, ex-Muslim; Musin Shlomo Levin, ex-Jewish rabbi; and Dwayne Grady, ex-pastor. So this is Dwayne Grady, this is Shlomo Levin, Mohammed Sissi, and Lon Ostrand, and John Lombard, and of course Dan Barker. So if you can, get your tickets online. If you want to join virtually, get the tickets online. I will post let me see if I can get the link for the online. I think I did post it in the description. Let's see, did I post it in the description? I think I posted it in the description. Let's see, the description, where is it? Okay. Someone please check the description. I think it's there in the description. Let's see. Stop sharing. Let me present here. Share screen. All right. Share. Stop. Sorry. Present. Share screen. Here. Sure. Right. You can learn. Oh, sorry, that's not the one that I wanted to pull up. Right. Okay, I got it now. Good. Right. So you should be able to see Okay, I thought I had posted the link in the description. Okay, I will pull up the link and post it in the chat. So let's go back here. Let's continue. Thanks, Jerwat.
Opinions that are at the opposite end of the spectrum that are just pulling against each other. And what happens to the middle part? If one believes in truth and beauty, I can look at Oprah and look at the truth in her eyes. I can go to Wyoming and look at the stars and the sky and the moon.
Sky and the mountains
And see beauty. Why can't that be enough? Why must I say there is or there isn't? Why can't I just enjoy what's here and what I find beautiful and pleasurable and just exist in that? I mean, I don't understand that.
That is great.
Okay, go ahead. You say what?
Well, I think that she can. I don't think everybody has to be involved in a group like the Freedom from Religion Foundation, but we do have a problem in this country with encroachment of state-church separation. We have the year of the Bible being proclaimed by Ronald Reagan, and we have all kinds of religious laws trying to be legislated.
Mm-hmm.
Real interest in many people that we continue the separation of state and church.
Thanks for seeing the truth in my eyes, too. Caller, what do you have to say?
What I have to say is that the church is a institution made up of human beings and makes a lot of mistakes, and I've been hurt a lot by the church. But what I have done is, instead of rejecting the church, I've tried to forgive the people that have hurt me and tried to work on my own level to spread the law of love, which sometimes the church forgets about. And in my life, just trying to make the church a better place to live for people. Thank you.
How has the church hurt you? I want to know how the church hurt you.
A lot of the customs and a lot of the traditions that have nothing to do with love, that are just little laws. And
For instance,
it's a mortal sin not to go to church on Sunday, or you'll go to hell for sexual sins, which are the most forgivable in my opinion. And I think it's the law of love that we've rejected, and therefore we've lost a lot of people and people have turned away from God because the people in the church have forgot about the law of love.
Okay, what do you say to that? Hi. Thank you, caller.
Oh, well, my comment is for the lady, the caller before. Okay. She said that she stopped believing in God because her parents died, her mother died. Well, my mother died when I was 16 years old, and that didn't have anything to do with me not believing in God at that time. I wanted to know why or what was the reason, but that didn't stop me from believing in God. God is real in an individual's life. Not if it killed my mother, my sister, my best friend, then I stop believing in him. It's for yourself. It's a personal. And if you believe in God and you're saved in the beginning, then it won't cut out if something happens down the line.
What do you think of people who say they're saved?
Well, I don't. I think that it's kind of an exclusive club, and it's supposed to make you feel better than somebody else. But I don't think that anybody can live after they die. I believe in death after life, not life after death, and that's, I think, what is demonstrated before our eyes every day. I do have an objection, or at least feel that women should think about their belief in a patriarchal male deity, and the idea that men in the church can tell women what to do because God is male, and that the Pope has to always be male because Jesus was male. We're dealing with a real sexist institution.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back in a moment, in Chicago, we'll take more of your phone calls again. Our number is 591-9000. Back in a moment.
I'm a doctoral candidate in clinical psychology, and so I consequently, in the course of dealing with people.
Yes, I just saw the comment there that they're not hearing the song.
Okay. All right, no worries.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. That is strange. Okay, let me go back here. Right. Oh. Okay.
On the other hand, I've also noticed.
Can you all hear now?
Too, that there's a certain value to the dignity of human life and a hope and a meaning that religion gives that enables people who are in the midst of severe depression and not being able to see up from where it is that they are, that religion can give.
Are y'all hearing the let's come back just slightly right there. Okay, tell me if you can hear. The volume is right up. Oh, okay, can hear now. Okay, thanks.
They're just little laws. And
For instance,
it's a mortal sin not to go to church on Sunday, or you'll go to hell for sexual sins, which are the most forgivable in my opinion. And I think it's the law of love that we've rejected, and therefore we've lost a lot of people and people have turned away from God because the people in the church have forgot about the law of love.
Okay, what do you say to that? Hi. Thank you, caller.
Oh, well, my comment is for the lady, the caller before him.
Okay.
She said that she stopped believing in God because her parents died or her mother died. Well, my mother died when I was 16 years old, and that didn't have anything to do with me not believing in God at that time. I wanted to know why or what was the reason, but that didn't stop me from believing in God. God is real in an individual's life. Not if it killed my mother, my sister, my best friend, then I stopped believing in him. It's for yourself. It's a personal. And if you believe in God and you're saved in the beginning, then it won't cut out if something happens down the line.
What do you think of people who say they're saved?
Well, I don't. I think that it's kind of an exclusive club, and it's supposed to make you feel better than somebody else. But I don't think that anybody can live after they die. I believe in death after life, not life after death, and that's, I think, what is demonstrated before our eyes every day. I do have an objection, or at least feel that women should think about their belief in a patriarchal male deity, and the idea that men in the church can tell women what to do because God is male, and that the Pope has to always be male because Jesus was male. We're dealing with a real sexist institution.
Okay. I'll let you respond to that. When we come back in a moment on AM Chicago, we'll take more of your phone calls again. Our number is 591-9000. Back in a moment.
Well, I'm a doctoral candidate in clinical psychology, and so I consequently, in the course of dealing with people, have seen how harm can occur from religion by the way in which people distort beliefs, not necessarily what organized religion actually says, but the way in which they perceive it, or they grew up in it, or they believe in it. However, on the other hand, I've also noticed, too, that there's a certain value to the dignity of human life and a hope and a meaning that religion gives that enables people who are in the midst of severe depression and not being able to see up from where it is that they are, that religion can give people a hope or a belief in something outside of themselves when they don't find resources inside of themselves. And so my question to you is, what do you do in a case like that? What meaning can you give to someone who finds no meaning humanly inside himself or from another human being that can somehow help him?
Well, or her. First, I wanted to say that friends of mine who are psychotherapists do say that one of the ways they can tell someone is getting better is their obsession with religion diminishes. So maybe that's what you found in your practice. But I think that maybe religion, especially for women, fosters this feeling that you have to be dependent on a male authority figure or religion.
But there's something to be said for the point that you just made.
But that's
people who are on their dying bed, people who are in the throes of illness, who because of their faith in God, whatever their religion may be, feel that they are getting better and feel a sense of hopefulness because of it. You can't deny that.
So religion is an anesthetic then, huh?
Go ahead, Dan. Say what you want to say. The ex-reverend.
Religion in that case becomes a way of numbing yourself to escape from your problem with reality. It's a way to gain some comfort within yourself so that you don't really have to face your own meaninglessness in an empty void or whatever your existential feelings are.
So what's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that if it makes you feel better?
Well, there's nothing to be gained by believing any mistruth, no matter how benign it might be. It's better to face reality and realize that if a person wants meaning...
But it is you who is saying it is a mistruth. If that person believes
That's
it is true. If that person is believing that it is true, then it is okay for them. Do you not agree?
No. Just because it's true to them, truth is whatever comports to reality. Gosh. It's true to them does not make it true. Oh my goodness. Because somebody is having visions is true to them. You know, people hallucinate. Yeah, they have hallucinations, but it's true to them. True? But it's not true. It does not fit reality. No matter how good it makes them feel. Oh my gosh. Come on. Oh, my goodness.
You said that you really...
Let me keep the mic.
that you didn't quite know
Quiet over here, thank you.
if there was a God or not a God. So how can you be talking about truth when you don't really, when you're not really sure? You may think that there is no God, but you really don't know. So how could you be talking about truth?
And but y'all claim that there is, and that y'all know. The honest position is you don't know. Up front. But you know, truth corresponds to reality. That's a conflation.
Well, because the evidences for the Judeo-Christian
Yeah,
God
get this side.
do not hold water. That particular patriarchal Judeo-Christian God that our country reveres, the evidence for him are not true. They're not reliable and not founded evidences. And on that basis, I can say that Christianity is untrue.
What kind of evidence would you like to, you want specific?
Well, we're straying a little bit from her comment, but the evidences of the inspiration of the Bible, the evidences of the historicity of the gospel records. We have no guarantee who wrote the Bible. Just point after point of supposed Christian evidences which substantiate the faith have been discredited, to my mind and to the mind of many intelligent people.
Dan, you didn't know who wrote the Bible for those 17 years you were out there preaching the Bible.
That's, right? You know why? Because I didn't really study it as closely as I should have. I swallowed it, I believed it, I preached it, I studied it, I preached from every book of the Bible. I went out, and I was more concerned not with scholarship, but with winning souls to Jesus. I wasn't concerned about the historicity of the documents back then.
We are a nation of Bible illiterates, and as many clergy persons have not really read the Bible, just as many people...
Woo, yeah! Yup. Oh, yeah. Yep. Nail on the head. Bunch of Bible illiterates. And what gets me very peeved is that the Christians don't follow their own Bible. Where it says in 1 Peter 3:15, be always ready to give a reason for the hope that is within you. That was my guiding linchpin to go deeper than just the Sunday school theology. Right? To go deeper, to learn about the Bible, and in learning about the Bible and learning about the history of the church and learning about the religion from the scholars, I realized it was just a bunch of bullshit. Holds no water, many contradictions, which before you will see, but close your eyes to the blinders. So, okay.
People here have not read
Rita was
it.
discouraged from reading the Bible in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, in England you don't read the Bible at all.
How can
in the
you?
Catholic school you don't.
How can you be?
Not, I thought that's what you did in Catholic school.
No,
And
the
not here
catechism,
either.
but not
No.
the Bible. Not the Bible.
But I wanted to ask the daughter here, why is it so that you're against preachers, ministers, all men, you know, as being...
I'm for...
But she's... how do they try to come and twist against all men? That's not what she was saying. She's saying that the religion is misogynistic. No, they're trying to twist it back onto her. Christians have this habit of trying to misrepresent what persons who don't agree with them say and take things out of context. It's a regular tactic. Yes, of course, Dan Barker's points, yes, correct, Henry M. They're on point 40 years ago and still on point. You know, because Christians come, these Abrahamic religions come with these lame ass apologetics. And as you will realize, they still come with these same lame ass apologetics that have been debunked over and over again. And it's circular reasoning. It is God in the gaps fallacies. But the blinders are on. Because that is what they have been taught. I was taught that too. But when you start to think, the Bible doesn't like people thinking. So what it does, it tries to victimize, tries to guilt shame persons thinking. Because it knows, the people who wrote at the time know that once you start thinking these things, you will look and see the bullshit. Then you start questioning. And when I started questioning, and many of you, when you started questioning, you realize it's a bunch of bullshit. That's what it is. Yeah. A bunch of crap. But then the Christians try to twist it back, to put it back on you, make it look as if you're doing what they are doing. And over the years, being a Christian, I realized that that is what happens. That's what you were taught to do too, especially fundamentalists. Taught to twist it back, misrepresent the persons that are disagreeing with your religion, because they have no good argument, no evidence for their doctrines, for their God. All right.
Equality of the sexes, and I'm pointing out that probably the most patriarchal, sexist institution in the world is organized religion. So I'm opposed to sexism.
Okay, but the Bible says that we worship God in spirit and in truth. So there's no male or female in God.
Let's talk about what the Bible says. We've been talking about how people don't know what's in it.
We'll talk about what the Bible says when we come back. We have a commercial. Back in a moment.
Let's go forward. Okay.
Of being, say, a bad person, then why not believe that they are going to reap some benefits from being a good person in their lives, not necessarily having a faith one way or the other? Why believe that something is, they're just going to die and nothing else is going to happen? Why not believe they're going to reap some benefits when they die, if they're good people?
But you could reap benefits when you live. I think that would be a lot more rewarding.
And this idea that life has no meaning if it's not everlasting just doesn't seem, excuse me, like a very sound idea. I think life does have meaning, though it's not everlasting.
Okay. Thank you, caller. I hope that answered your question. You wanted to say what? Hi.
Yeah, I'd like to say that we were getting ready to get into a discussion about the Bible. You seem to treat the Bible as nothing more than a book of, say, lovely quotes such as the Beatitudes.
No, I don't think it's lovely quotes. It's a book of myths and fables and
okay, well, the Bible is also a well-known historical book, myths and fables. The fall of Egypt and the Greeks and the Roman Empire is told within the Bible. And the Greek Empire was destroyed. How do you think so? How do you think that the Egyptian Empire was destroyed? Was it by someone invasion?
Is this a test?
It was.
I'm going to fail this test.
The Egyptian civilization, of course, is one of the older historic civilizations that we know about. And, of course, it wasn't Christian at that time. It was perhaps what we would consider pagan.
Well, didn't you know that the Egyptian army was completely destroyed in the Red Sea after the Israelites had crossed?
There are historical patches in the Bible, and it does talk about names and places, but it is not a history book. Or you certainly haven't read it.
Are you saying it's a history book?
Well, I'm not saying that per se, but if you're going to deny
Genesis, goodness.
If you're going to deny that the Bible, okay, I use Genesis, okay,
do you believe
man had to come from somewhere. Now you're not going to sit up here and tell me that
man had to come from somewhere.
Because if
we are apes.
And then carry on intelligent discussion.
She can tell you that if she wants to. She has a right to believe that. What do you believe?
I don't believe that a woman came from the rib of a man either.
Well, not necessarily per se, but God created woman from the rib of a man. If God created man
that is a claim without evidence.
Then I believe that woman was created by a rib of a man.
You do. Okay, that's your belief then. You have a right to say that. What do you say? Okay, no, you don't.
I have a comment. I just want to be nice and calm.
Okay, go ahead. Calm yourself. Calm yourself. Hi, all right.
Really?
I want to go way back because I still haven't heard either one of you answer
how you govern your life, what's right and what's wrong. You still haven't answered. All that you did.
Their point is that
go
Christianity
back.
has nothing to do with morality. That
And
is
I
what
don't
they
want to
say.
hear what they have to say about Christianity and morality. I want to hear their viewpoint of morality and what is right for them in their lives. How do they judge right and wrong without a God, without a supernatural belief, without a deity, without anything that you say you don't need and you don't have? How do you judge your own lives? And let's forget about the Catholic Church.
Well, she wants that answer. So
I'm sure people may have different answers, but my answer is I apply the test of reason and kindness. I use the yardstick of reason and kindness. If I'm contemplating an action, is it reasonable, is it kind? And that's all you need.
Can I comment on that?
Yes, please, Dan.
I met a couple of weeks ago with some people from Christian Research Institute to debate biblical contradictions. And one fellow pointed his finger at me and said, if I shared your present atheistic philosophy, you would be dead now. I said, I'd be dead? Why? He says, because I would kill you. Without the moral restraint of the Bible, he said, I would be a wild animal, raping, running, killing, stealing, murdering. Thank God for the Bible who restrains me morally. And I thought,
I
how
thank
sad.
God for it too, because there are a lot of people who would do that. I mean,
But you know what,
there are a lot of people who would be that way had they not the Bible to tell them not to do it.
My answer to him was, you would find quickly that it would not be in your own self-interest, best self-interest, to try to kill me. There are people like me who love life enough to protect ourselves from people like you. We have laws, we have reason, we have intelligence. You wouldn't last too long with that kind of a wild animal morality.
But do you not believe, though, that that man's point, and the point that I made earlier, is a very valid, I'm trying to get you to say yes, is a valid point, because there are a lot of people who, without the Bible, without religion, would be wild and crazy and go around shooting and robbing, stealing, killing everybody.
I don't agree with that at all. In fact, if you look at the history of the Jack the Rippers and the slashers and the what are called now serial murderers, the most recent one, what's his name, Wilcox, who was just, Henry Lee Lucas, who was just apprehended, is a born-again Christian today. He's against abortion, he says, because that's taking in life. Well, he's admitted to killing more than 350 women, and his rationale for killing them is that they were all whores. If you go back to the Bible, which he believes in, women are called whores throughout the Bible. They're termed as dangerous people or apt to turn people away from religion. There are even passages in the Bible of the Lord ordering women to be ripped into pieces because they're whores. We have Jack the Ripper, who's the guy in Los Angeles who was killing women, religiously motivated murderers.
You are a perfect example of what I'm talking about, because first of all, you're feminine, you're a woman, and you are turning people away from religion. Exactly.
Annie Laurie Gaylor, you can. The Free Thought Today, Post Office Box 750, Madison, Wisconsin, 53701. Free Thought Today, Post Office Box 750, Madison, Wisconsin, 53701. I'm sure you'll get a few letters. Back in a moment.
Okay. Yep. Oh boy. It is. But from this year, we see this here, we see back in 1984, same bullshit apologetics. And that is why, and we still hear the same arguments from Christians over and over again, not based in any evidence. Not based in any evidence. Yeah. Yes, Mark Reed. Oh, yeah. And I am not really a fan of hers because of these things. After seeing, especially when seeing how she got on there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. And if the only thing keeping you from sexual assault and murder is the Bible, you need to be locked up for protection of normal people. A Muslim can make the same argument and say if the only thing keeping them from sexual assault and murder is the Quran. How is it any different? So that's a non sequitur. They make a non sequitur argument by saying these things, and sometimes they are doing it out of not that they necessarily will commit sexual assault and murder. That they need the Bible for that, but they tell themselves that because they believe their Bible tells them that. Right? And therein lies the problem. So some of them make these statements, not necessarily that they need the Bible to stop them from doing that. Because the thing is, many of them believe the Bible and still do it. And still do it. Then, of course, the excuse is, oh, I can ask God's forgiveness and He will forgive me. And they get into heaven. Free ticket. And we've seen many of them. So if the Bible stops them from doing these things, why do some of them still do these things? And when you look at it, like they do believe it strongly, believe the Bible strongly. But of course, the lame-ass apologetics is, oh, we were all born in sin. Yeah, right. You know? Well, they do it because they can always be forgiven. Yep. Ah, boy. I tell you. So when you have leaders, Christian leaders, realizing when they really get into the scholarship and really get into the Bible, because a lot of people just go to have a good feel, to church to have a good feel. They hardly read their Bibles. I mean, read and study the Bible. They cherry pick certain parts. They ignore other parts because that's how the church go. I am now talking from my experience as when I was a Christian, fundamentalist Christian. And what I realized was that many don't read, so they don't question. Then you're taught not to question. And if you don't question, you see, when I started to say, well, then God give us a mind to think, etc., and they started to question, and then the bricks, the dominoes started to fall. And when the first domino started to fall, of course, then other dominoes fell. I mean, it took me a long while, but I got clear because I wanted to know what is true, what comports to reality. And if the Bible was true, then what it says should comport to reality. You should not be forcing reality to fit the Bible, but the Bible should actually fit reality. But for many Christians, it's the good feel. And they put on the blinders. They do not read and study or have this real desire. They say they have a desire for studying, but it's focused in one direction. They don't learn background, try to do historicity type background, or read up on the background or the context within the time to see if there is a context in the historical context. Because if they started doing that, they will realize this ain't adding up. And glaring contradictions arise. And it hurts my heart to see people just blindly following the religion, not questioning, not raising the questions, and trying to shut you down, trying to shut down if someone have questions, shutting them down, trying to make guilt, shame them, gaslight them. It is really sad. And then they talk about love. But they're doing what their despicable Bible has taught them to do. Oh, but we love you. Yeah, right. As you love, as long as you, as the person try and follow the religion. We love you to get you to follow the religion. And unconditional. Yep. So thanks everyone for being here. Sorry about the mix-up, what has happened, but thanks for being here. Thanks for participating. Everyone in the chat, thank you for participating. Thank Esther for popping in earlier and assisting to get us going. But next week, Monday, look forward for, we'll be interviewing on this channel, interviewing Cynthia McDonald. She will be talking about her deconversion, deconstruction. It's going to be at 5 p.m. Atlantic time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're in the UK, it will be 9 p.m. UK time. So thanks everyone for being here. Have a wonderful night and enjoy the rest of your night and have a good night's rest if you are have to go to bed. So, okay. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.